But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why for Christ's sake I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong."
He who was and is to come, the risen King, holds all power.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Deborah. Send you virtual hugs wherever you are because you are loved over here on this channel. So in today's video, we are continuing on with the Healing Journey series. And as I've mentioned it to you guys before, I am taking you guys along with me through this journey. And so with that being said, it's only right for me to share with you guys something that I have been going through lately. I've never really experienced this, or I've never really admitted it to myself. But before I share with you guys what it is that I have been going through, let me kind of give you guys a backstory as to how did I come to this conclusion. So as of recently, I was feeling weird and I was so confused as to why I was feeling this way, and I thought I was just being moody. I saw myself kind of slowly withdrawing myself from people, like unmotivated, not wanting to be around people, and I was very confused because I'm just like, where is this coming from? I want to say this probably started, or at least I started to notice this change in my mood towards the beginning of November. It was very weird to me because I'm just like, okay, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? For those who have watched my previous healing journey videos, I've mentioned to you guys that something that I have learned to do is to get down to the root of why I feel the way that I feel. And as I started to dig deep and just think to myself and ask myself, okay, but why am I feeling this way? Is it because I watched something? Is it because I saw something? What is causing me to be in this mood? That's when I realized that during the colder seasons is usually when me and my ex would get back together. And that's when I realized that, oh snap, I'm lonely. Like, that's what I'm feeling. Like, I'm feeling lonely right now. And it was so weird for me to actually admit that because of how society, specifically how society makes women feel about being lonely. So I was very hesitant on making this video, but I believe that this can help someone else. And so I decided to go ahead and go on Google. As always, one thing about Deborah, she gonna research, okay? She gonna go on Google and she gonna figure something out. And I had searched up what is the depression rate during the winter seasons, during the colder seasons. And that's when I came across this acronym, which spells out SAD, SAD. And that stands for Seasonal Affective Disorder. And that is a type of depression that usually occurs during the colder season. And let me just say this, no, I am not depressed. But the reason why I'm sharing this is to show you guys that this is an actual thing. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, now that I realized that, okay, what I've been feeling is a spirit of loneliness, it helped me to kind of see, okay, how to deal with this. This is why one of the biggest lessons I've learned on this healing journey is getting down to the why. Because if I was just the same way that I was a couple months back, I would just be like, oh, okay, I'm just feeling weird. Oh, it's nothing. Okay, I'll get over it. Then what ended up happening is, because of my lack of understanding of how I feel, because of my lack of emotional intelligence, I'm gonna think like it's nothing. And then what ends up happening is I start to do things out of a spirit of loneliness. I would have probably ended up settling with someone that was not even worth my time out of desperation. Society will make you feel like, oh, if you're lonely, you are desperate, you are pathetic, you are miserable. But when you are not aware, that's what loneliness will do. Loneliness will cause you to act out of desperation, to become miserable, to become all of these negative things. And now that I acknowledge, now that I'm aware that, okay, Deborah, you are feeling lonely, and it's okay. It's okay, you're human, you have emotions, you're feeling lonely. So now what are you gonna do about that? Now I can take charge. And just to share with you guys a couple things that I have been doing to help me to not allow loneliness to control me, I have been spending more time with God. When I do spend time with God, when I'm spending time in worship, in prayer, in reading my word, I feel his presence. And because I feel his presence, I no longer feel alone. And another thing that I have been doing is trying, I'm gonna be real because I'm still working on it, but I have been trying to spend less time off of social media. The thing is, when you are dealing with a spirit of loneliness, it's so easy for you to go on social media and watching everyone live their life, watching 30-second videos of beautiful couples. It will lead you to start to do desperate things because of the fact that you're comparing your life, you're comparing your current situation, you're comparing the season that you are in to everyone else on social media. I have been really intentionally trying to spend less time off of social media, less time watching how everybody live their life, and actually living my own life. And so those are the two things that I have been doing thus far, and it has truly been helping me. You can be married, you can be in a relationship, and yet still feel lonely. So I need people to understand, because you have a companion, because you have people around you, doesn't just necessarily mean that you won't be lonely. If anything, it's just a cover up. If you do feel this way, do not think that, oh yeah, you know what, being in a relationship, being with this woman or being with this guy is going to remove that. But in actuality, all it's going to do is you're going to create more hurt. One thing about when you are not healed is that whatever trauma you've been through, it will come out as a toxic trait. So I just wanted to come on here and just be really transparent and vulnerable with you guys, because like I've always said, I truly believe that this can help someone. That's why I share these things with you all. And I'm not telling you guys out there to go ahead and tell people, yeah, I'm lonely. I'm not saying that, because there are people who will literally feed off of your weakness, and there are people who will literally take advantage of you. So be careful of who you share this with, who you share that with. There's a verse in the Bible that says, and I'm paraphrasing, it says, my people die, or my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. There are some of us that are going through certain things, and it's the simple fact that we are not aware of what is causing us to feel the way that we feel. Sit down and ask yourself, okay, why do I keep jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship? Why do I keep accepting less than what I deserve? Why am I tolerating certain people in my life? Ask yourself these questions and really deal with those issues, deal with those problems, because once again, when you don't deal with the trauma, it becomes toxic. There's a Bible verse that I love, Luke 11 verse 34-36, which says, your eyes is the lamp of your body. So if your eyes are healthy, your body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your body will be full of darkness. And so what the Holy Spirit revealed to me is that perspective is important. How you view things is important. So if you are someone that is experiencing loneliness, don't think that you're pathetic. You will cause yourself to get to a state of depression. So I encourage those who are on this healing journey with me to not have a perspective of, this is it. Look at it from a perspective of, you know what, at the end of this, the result of this is going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. And at the end of it all, God's name will be glorified. And let me just say this. Yes, the healing journey is going to have ups. It's going to have downs. But embrace the process. Then you'll see the progress. Like I always say, the next season in my life, I do not want to carry baggage from my past, but I want to be renewed. I want to be refreshed so that I can be a blessing to whoever I encounter in my life, and for them to not experience the old Deborah, but for them to experience someone that is refreshed and renewed through Jesus Christ. I hope you guys were blessed by this. I hope you guys were able to relate and learn something. Like I always say, stick around to see how this journey looks on me. But thus far, I'm happy. I'm glad that I'm going through it, because eventually we gotta deal with it. Okay, we have to deal with the nonsense. We have to deal with the traumas, the triggers. We gotta deal with those. Okay, so stick around to see how this journey turns out, and I pray and I hope that God will utilize me as a vessel to bless you and to help you through this journey. And of course, I thank God for allowing you guys to watch this video, because today was not promised, but it was all given by God, and I thank God for that. And I hope you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever time you are watching this video. Have a blessed day. May God bless you, and until next time, peace.
his name in my bio because it's love, not religion. They see me always rejoicing, that's why they call me a Christian. I might be indecisive, but there is this one decision that I will never regret. It's serving He who is risen. Yeah, this was so ugly, only kissing money. I tell them not secure, they say that's really funny. But ain't no other king, that's for sure. And I know it's so close.